Hey everybody, Scoutcrafter here again. Not too long ago, I had some people writing up and asking me, how can I refurbish some tools? I don't want to do a full restoration or polish like you do, but I just want to put them back into service. So I did a pair of 7-inch Kleins. I'll show you a clip of it in a minute. And it came out good, and in fact the Klein had put on their website, and I was very impressed with that. But I have to tell you, it's not the way I like to do it. You know, that's just a quick, easy way of restoring them, get them back in service. I shellacked them. Well, today we're going to do it the way I should have done it in the first place, but the way I like to do it. And we're going to put on a pair of Klein-Koats like I was telling you we would do. And I'm going to show you how to put them on. They're terrific. They work great. It's going to look great. So let's get started. Now this was the video. It was titled Quick Restoration of Klein Linesman Pliers. So that brings us to today. Now these pliers, they work fine. This was again a restoration that you can see how nice they cut. This was a restoration that was done just what you would normally do if you want to keep them in a toolbox. They've been shellacked. You could see the coating on there. You know, it was a couple months ago, but this isn't what I like for my collectible tools. So we are going to redo this, and we're going to put on a pair of Klein-Koats like I said we would do. I'll show you how these go on. Now you see here the model 70, that's a 7-inch, and if you hold them up here you say, wow, these are kind of long, you know, but they're not. You'll see why, because when we put them on there. So we're going to put on these Klein-Koats. We got to strip down these, take these handles off. I could take them off and save them. I'm not going to reuse them, so I'm just going to cut them off. Let's get to it. If you slide your thumb underneath the handles here and press back, you can get under this handle and then pull these off. You just have to do it from this side. Use your thumb and they'll come right off. Now, there you go. See, we got those two handles off. We didn't have to cut them off. They slide right off. And now you can see a little bit of rust. This is a problem you're always going to have anytime that you have, you know, it's encased and this was bare metal. There's nothing you could do. That's no problem. We're going to take these down. We're going to make these like they should be, like I like them. Okay, less than 5 minutes later, we have a post-wire brush evaluation. You can see we took all the rust off the handles. That was nothing. That wasn't a problem. We even wire brushed the shellac off of the head, because we are going to put a little polish on here, which I like. And you won't be able to see any longer after this. You won't be able to see any of the writing. So because of this etching this laser etching doesn't go deep at all. So you can see the Klein man, and you can see the B20 model number. And so that's going to be gone, because you can't really save that when you're doing any kind of metal removal. So let's get to it. Now here we're using a brand new 220 grit belt. Here we are on our post belt sander evaluation, and you can see I did the handles. And the reason I do that is because I like to shine through the Klein-Koats. I think that's a cool look. And you can see the grind I did here. I did it. Now we didn't take it to the buffer yet, so this is just a grind. And you can see it kept an even grind throughout. You know, again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a passover. So it's 5 grinds on each side of these. And the guys that do it for a living, I mean, they're experts. But I think it came out real good. We'll take it to the buffer now, and then we'll slip on the Klein-Koats. But first, we have to do something to protect the handles. Okay, here we go. Here's our buffer after the buffing. I mean, look how pretty these are, huh? And I'm a fan of them with or without the handles, but they're buffed out. Everything looks nice. This is the way I like to do them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wipe down the handles with denatured alcohol. Get them nice and squeaky clean, the handles, even though they're sanded. They're not perfectly, I didn't touch this with the buffer. This is so it's, but it's smooth. So we're going to hit it with denatured alcohol. Then we're going to wipe it down with some shellac. Let it dry for about 6 hours, and we'll pop the handles on. Okay, it's been about 4 hours. The shellac is now dry. We're ready to put on the Klein-Koats. And you can see, like I said, we have model 70. First thing we got to do is get them out of these crappy clamshell packaging. And I always like to use my Wiss M300. These things are just beautiful. And basically, they cut through the sides here. 1, 2, 3. And makes easy work of this clamshell. And the best part about it is that you don't get cut, and you don't have to worry about damaging the product either. So once we have this cut off, we'll open it up, and now we're going to put these into some hot, very, very hot tap water. If you don't have real hot tap water, you might want to heat up some water on your stove. But let me show you how we'll do it. Now, out of the package, the Klein-Koats are very, very stiff. So this is hot tap water. And what we're going to do is we want to place this into the hot tap water with about 1 inch or so of the Klein-Koats sticking out of the water, and leave this inch or so out of the water. Let that sit in there for about 60 seconds or so. Okay, we just pulled out the Klein-Koat out of the water. We're going to slip it on here. It's going to slip on. It's going to go to about halfway down. And just line it up here. Put it onto something solid here like this. And then we're going to tap it down using, what I like to use is, you can use a soft blow hammer, but this rubber hammer really works good because it's a softer hammer. And just tap down from the top down, and you'll see it drives it right onto the Klein-Koat without damaging. Again, this part is hard up here, and it hasn't been heated. Now, you want to keep an eye down here on the bottom part of the plier, because you want to make sure that lines up straight. So you just keep tapping that down straight like this, and it'll seat itself. When it don't tap down anymore, and you can see we have a nice line up here, that is set. And then we'll do the other side. Well, the other handle went on just as easy, and if you haven't seen the other video, this is what the pliers originally looked like before we started. And we're calling this project done. This is the way. This is a pair I'm proud to call my pliers. I mean, okay, look, I gave it a coat of Mother's Carnauba wax, you know, so everything is, it don't fingerprint much because of this finish. You see, it's got a little bit of a texture to it, you know. It's not fully polished, you know, but it is just the way I like it. And this is perfect. Look at these handles, how pretty they are. They just have the right feel, grip, and they ride up nice on the sides, you know, and they're even, very easy to put on. You saw it only took a second. These down here remain hard, you know, because they're about 1/2 inch below the actual plier itself, but really nice. Klein-Koats. These are Klein 7-inch pliers, lineman pliers. Restored the way I like to do them. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for tuning in. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.